Hey guys, it's Maddie. Y'all already know who I am. The reason I look so awful today is because I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial for you guys. I've been asked several times to do one, and I have not, so I'm repping Miami Vice today. It's my dad's old shirt. Rocking it. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a primer. This is not my favorite primer. I don't really like it that much. I usually use Too Faced Poreless, Primed and Poreless, something like that. Anyway, you can get it at Ulta. It's like $20. This one is just a Walmart Milani Prom Lot. I don't like it because it's too thin for my face and it has a little too much sparkle in it, but I am out of my other primers, so this one will just have to do. And I have my makeup bag for brushes. I usually use a brush to put it on because I'm really weird about things on my hands and the way things feel. So I'm gonna get my brush out here. And I got a set of these brushes. There's 12 of them from Wish for like $10. They're the best brush in the world. If you have Wish, I highly recommend that you look up oval makeup brushes. They are the bomb. So I just put a little bit on there, about a dime nickel size, something like that. And I just put it all over my face. Just, you want to get a pretty good cover of it all over. I even put it on my eyelids. A lot of people don't like it on their eyelids, but I want it like all over my face. So I wish I could play music, but I can't. It's really depressing, but it's cool. It's cool. I don't know if you guys can tell how sparkly that is. It's got a lot of sparkles in it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I don't really like it. I don't like that much sparkle. I like more matte stuff. Anyway, I'll go ahead and pull out all my brushes that I need for this. And then after you put that on your face, you're going to let it dry for a minute or two. I sometimes wait too long. Sometimes I'll wait like 30 minutes because I get sidetracked by other things. But anyway, and then got my other oval brush. For my foundation, I actually use a mixture of two different foundations. I need to get more of them. I use a Neutrogena Healthy Skin Enhancer. You can get it from Walmart. And then I use Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse, also from Walmart. I use a lot of over-the-counter stuff for like my face, like the base of my face, but I just use 2 squirts of each one. Doesn't take a whole lot. It's not a full coverage foundation. I don't really like full coverage because I don't like the way that it makes my skin feel really heavy. So I like to use a lighter, more mousse-like foundation, just because my face is really oily and it makes my face break out and makes it more oily. I have a couple of breakouts here. I had a fever last week and it caused that. Anyway, so and you just pat that all over your face. Just blend it in. Make it look real nice. I also put this on my eyes. Some people don't. It's really your preference. I like for my face to be an even, all one color, so I put it all over my face, like eyes, eyebrows, everything. Like, I just brush it all over. I'm very messy when it comes to my makeup and putting it on. Make sure you blend it in all the places. And then after I put that on with the brush, I usually take my beauty blender and I just use like the fat part, big part, I don't know, and I'll just pat that into my pores, just to give it a more even what the heck is the word? Canvas, I guess. I don't know. Even application. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Oh, Lord. I usually don't take very long to put my makeup on, but I've been doing it for years. My mom is actually the one that taught me how to do my makeup. I just went with that and ran with it, watched a lot of YouTube videos, and that's how a lot of people get started doing their makeup, is with YouTube videos. But anyway, that's a little background. And then I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I use it in Fair Beige. I like to have a lighter concealer, a lot lighter than my skin. You always will want it at least 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin. This is actually like 3 shades. But but I like to have my concealer very, very light because I like to start light and work up darker. You never want to start dark and work lighter because that just makes it worse. That makes it look bad, cakey. And I'll just make like a triangle under my eyelid, or my dark circles. And I put a little bit on my eyelid because I want that to be concealed too. I have a lot of freckles and places on my eyelid that are not very pleasant to look at. And then I do a stripe down the middle of my nose and a little Indian fluffy. And I'm gonna add a little bit extra on my little breakout that I had. And then I always put some on the corner, like the corner of my mouth, and just do that. Sometimes if I'm doing a more dramatic look, I will put it right here on, like, I think that's called a Cupid's bow, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that's where I put it. And then you're just going to take your beauty blender. A lot of people will use these wet. I do not use mine wet unless my concealer has dried on my face, of course, and then I'll use it wet. But I don't like using it wet. I don't like the way it looks when I use a wet beauty blender. I don't like the outcome of my makeup. But anyway, I just blend that in. I do blend the concealer that I have put on my nose. I blend it on the whole nose, so this whole area will be completely white. I'm sure you guys can tell that it's a lot lighter than normal, but that's just what I like to do. And then just blend it. I mean, really, it's not that hard, just to blend it in a little bit. And I'm really upset that my face is broken out. I don't get breakouts very often. Usually I get them when I'm sick or if I've been sweating a lot. So this happened to be when I was sick, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll get through this. Okay, so after I do that, I use Airspun. Thanks to my mama. She got me started on Airspun. It smells amazing. You can get it at Walmart. It's actually pretty it's pretty reasonably priced for, and I've had this for a while, and as you can tell, there's still quite a bit in it. So I've used that for a while. And then I just use, again, the rounded part of my beauty blender, and I just go in and I bake my face. You can skip this process if you don't like to bake your face. The reason I bake is because I don't want my face to look cakey. I don't want you to see the pores when you get close to my face. So I like to bake, and it gives you a more flawless finish. Everywhere that you put that concealer, you want to put powder on top, baking it. And then you'll go back in later on and blend that out with a little more powder all over your face. We're getting there. Gotta readjust. Okay. Anyway, this is so uncomfortable. I'm sitting on the floor. Okay, so then I'm going to do my eyebrows. Now, your eyebrows are optional also. I do mine every time I do a makeup look. You don't have to, obviously. As you can tell, I do not have very good eyebrows, so it's not, I definitely fill them in. It doesn't take me too long to do it. It will take you longer, but if you haven't done them much, but once you practice, you'll get there. And I use, I guess I should tell you what I use. I use the Anastasia Dip Brow. It is fairly expensive. It's about $20 for the Dip Brow pomade, and then it's about $20 for the brush. So all in all, you're looking at about $40. But like with the powder, I've had this for a year, and as you can see, I mean, it's getting there, but there's a lot on the edges. I use it almost every day. It is very easy to use. A lot of people are turned off by using pomade because it has been, people have told that it's hard to use. This, I've not used other pomades, so I don't know how they are, but this is very, very simple to use. It's not hard at all. And I just like the way it looks better than using a pencil, an eyebrow pencil. So, and it has really good coverage. It is not, like, I have a giant scar in my eyebrow, and I want that covered. And as you can tell, it is covered. There is not anything that's not covered in that scar. And that's what I like, because that scar, people that have known me for many years don't notice it because it's been there for many years. But I notice it every day when I look in the mirror, and we are our worst critics, so. But anyway, you can tell the difference that is definitely a more prominent brow. Looks a lot better than this. So. And I always mess up on my left brow because I am right-handed. But practice makes perfect, so you'll get there, I promise. Just practice. Just watch videos. Practice when you have time. Be like, hey, I'm going to do my makeup today. I'm going to actually try to do my makeup today. That's really how I did. I did not start out just knowing how to do my makeup. It's hard. It is very hard to learn, but very time consuming. But you will get there. It will not take you that long. Just take your time and watch your videos. It's not gonna kill you to take your time on your off day and just work on your eyebrows, or work on your lipstick, work on baking your face, work on doing your eyeshadow. It's not hard, really. It's not. Just take it one step at a time, and you'll get there. Like I said, I did not learn this overnight. It takes time. I mean, y'all should see the pictures of me when I was in high school. Terrible, tragic. People should not have ever let me walk out of the house like that. Anyway, there's my eyebrows. I did them pretty quickly. They're not always even either. So, there's my eyebrows. Anyway, and before I quit baking my face, I always do my eyeshadow. I cannot talk today, y'all. I promise I'm not drunk. Promise. No drugs, no alcohol. Anyway, so I've done my eyebrows. I'm going to do my eyeshadow. For my eyeshadow, you can use anything you want. Any kind, your favorite eyeshadow palette, anything. It's completely and totally your decision. Any colors, you can do anything. I have a variety of brushes. I'm not going to go through every single one that I use. The main ones I use are the Eco Tools, which are the bamboo. Anyway, I use a variety of eyeshadow brushes. I'm not going to tell you every single one because that's boring. I also use the Tardist Pro, I don't know how to say that. Anyway, Pro palette. You can get it at Ulta. It has a variety of colors. It is a beautiful palette. Very, very pigmented. Anyway, I'm going to use the color Vintage, and there's a hair in my brush, sorry. I use the color Vintage, and I just do a full powder coat of Vintage, or sometimes I use the classic color, the classic shade in this palette. But Vintage is my favorite, as you can tell. That's Vintage. That's my favorite. It's got a little bit of a pink undertone to it. But anyway, I just put that on my entire eyelid, all the way up to my eyebrow. I put it in the corner of my eye, and I just cover all of that concealer that I had on there, so there's not an oily. I do not like oily looks. I like to have everything covered and mattified. And then I'm going to take this pretty little brush right here. Got it in my Ipsy bag. Don't have a clue what brand it is. I've used it a lot. I've rubbed the name brand off of it mostly. Anyway. And I'm going to use the colors Mod and Drama, which are these two colors right here. Those two lovely pink colors. Maroon colors. I do mix them both, and I'm just going to go into the crease here and just do a nice little arch look. This is my go-to look. I mean, I'm sure that you guys a lot of you have seen me out in public. I do this look a lot. Those are my favorites are the reds and maroon colors to use, especially now that it's coming up to fall. Whoop whoop. Favorite season of all. Definitely going to use these colors a lot. Sometimes I do a very dramatic smoky eye and use blacks and purples. That's also one of my favorite looks. Anyway, you're just going to go in and do the crease. Just the crease of your eye right here. With that brush. It's just an angled eyebrow brush. Eyeshadow brush. And then I take this little brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. I have no idea where it came from. It just kind of showed up. I'm going to use the color Vamp, which is this very dark, it's actually purple. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but that color, it's purple. It's very dark plum purple color. And I'm going to put it right here on the edge of my eyelid to make a little bit more of a dramatic look. And I will blend that out. No one say, blend your eyeshadow, because I will choke you all. Every single one of you. Oh, throw it back at me. And then I use this lovely brush here. It is Wet n Wild. I'm pretty sure that I announced that I was not going to go through every brush. But anyway, I'm going to use the No Filter shade, which is this one right here in the middle. It's a beautiful shade. That's what I use to blend. Like I said, use whatever eyeshadows you want to use. You do not have to go out and buy this Tarte palette. By no means do you have to buy the Tarte palette. If you want to, it is beautiful and it is so worth the money. I got mine on sale at Ulta because Ulta is my go-to shop. Anyway, you're just going to blend that out. My leg's going numb. It's screaming at me. Okay. You're just going to blend that out and make it look not as prominent. Let me scoot towards you. I also like to blend up into the eyebrow with this shade also, so that you don't have a straight across line. You want to blend that. Blend, 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 blend. I don't know how many times I've said blend, but you guys need to blend everything you put on your face. Sometimes you have to blend it 1,000,001 times. Such as this eyeshadow. Anyway, you're going to blend that out a little bit. It's still not as blended as I really want it to be, but it's good enough. So, there's that. And then I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to blend with the shade. Which one do I want to use? Profesh, which is this one right here. It's just a lighter shade, really, of the No Filter. And I like to blend it more into the eye or the eye. God bless. I cannot get my words right today. I'm sorry, y'all. More into the eyebrow. That's what this is on my face. Because you do not want a prominent shadow line. This is not 2010. We blend, okay? Hashtag not 2010 blend. Okay. So, I'm done with that for now. I may go back to it. Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Anyway, after I do that, here's my brush. Okay. After I do that, I'm going to take my lovely Airspun. I do not like using the powder puff that's in it. I use my own brush, and I am going to go in and just blend out that bake that I just did. I do add more powder to the places that I have not powdered already. That is also optional if you like for your face to be glossy or shiny. You do not have to add powder on your face. I do not like mine glossy. Apparently that's the big thing now. Glossy eyeshadow, glossy face. The only thing that they don't do glossy anymore is lips. And I like glossy lips too. Matte is my favorite currently. but I do occasionally do glossy lips. Anyway, so that is all of the Airspun that you will use, or all of the powder that you will use, unless you just don't like the way the powder looks and you want to add more. Anyway, so now I'm gonna go, and I will come back to the eyes. I'm not done with them yet. So I'm going to make, once again, I can't get my words right. This blush I'm going to use, I actually made this blush. It is not hard to make a blush. I had a couple of eyeshadows that I did not like. I literally took the end of one of these brushes and crushed it up and poured it in here, put a couple of drops of alcohol, take a paper towel and blot it and push it down, and it makes a fantastic pressed powder. It's almost gone. But anyway, it is a beautiful blush. It is very pink, but I like a very pink blush, so, but that is up to you. You can make different shades of blushes. You do not have to have pink. I've seen people make blue blush, purple blush, orange blush, green blush. People make every shade of blush you can think of. It is very easy to make powder products on your own. Just throwing that out there. So, it's hard sitting on the floor doing your makeup, okay? Oh, and I used my Kala. I don't know if you can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. My camera's not focusing on it. Anyway, use the Kala unicorn brush. Got it for Christmas. Shout out to my mama. She's a good one. I think I'll keep her. Okay. So then I'm going to take my Luna. That's upside down. Sorry. Luna. It's backwards to y'all anyway. Highlighter. It is in the shade Calypso. I got it in my Ipsy bag, and let me tell y'all, the best highlighter I have ever used in my life, besides the one that comes in the Carly Bible palette. That one's the best, but I haven't used it. I mean, I used all of it, and I swear to you, I cannot get anything right today. Anyway, here's a very good highlighter. Very poppin'. I don't know if y'all can tell if it's popping or not, because it's only in the camera. Okay, I will be using more highlighter, so I'm not putting that up just yet. This is also optional, I also like to go over everywhere that I put blush, I like to go over it with the Urban Decay Naked Illuminated highlighter. It is in the shade Aura. I don't know how in the world they say it. I was corrected once at Ulta. I don't care. Anyway, I just put that on my cheeks because you want your cheeks to be popping. And on my nose. And on my chin. Everywhere, literally, that I touched with the blush brush. Say that 12 times fast. Blush, brush, blush, brush, blush, brush, brush. No. No. Blush, brush, blush, brush, blush, brush, blush, blush. No, I'm done. Okay. Anyway, that's over. So, then I'm going to go back with the Calypso highlighter and take my shadow brush. I cannot talk today. and highlight that brow bone. It's my favorite part. Highlighting the brow bone. And then I put it in the corners of my eye. Also, it makes your eye pop. It is absolutely beautiful. And when I say I put it in the corners of my eye, I put like 17 layers of it in my eye. Maybe more sometime. Just depends. Okay. So, I don't know if you can tell, but I highlighted my brow bone here and my corner of my eye. Beautifulness. Okay. So, I am done with that. Let's put this up. I'm very organized with my makeup, y'all. It gets to me sometimes. Okay, so this is also optional. Eye contour. I use the Lorac Pro Contour Palette. As you can tell, it is very old. I've used it 1,000,001 times. As you can tell, once again, it is very old. I like to highlight, or once again, that's not the correct word. Contour my cheekbones. Optional, but I like for them to be prominent. Sometimes I'll go up in my widow's peak and do it. And then, of course, get rid of that double chin. After I do that, I will go back in with my powder brush, which still has powder on it, just a little. Do not add powder to it, but whatever's left on it, just use to blend it out. A lot of people say that they have an issue with blending the Lorac. Whoa, made me really white. Blending the Lorac Pro Palette. I do not have an issue with it. Tone down that highlight on your nose, Madeline. Anyway, moving on. So, that is pretty much my entire makeup routine. I do sometimes do the eyeliner. Today I'm not going to. I will show you what eyeliner I use in case you guys want to use it. It is the Maybelline Line Stiletto. It is a felt tip. I use it in jet black or blackest black. It is a felt tip. It is very easy and simple to use. I use that for my winged eyeliner when I do it. Today I'm just doing mascara. I do use several. Why cannot come up with the words? I do use several different brands, and they all have different brushes for my eyelashes. Okay, curl my eyelashes. It is a Revlon eyelash curler. I couldn't tell you where I got it or how much it was. And then for the first mascara, I am using Too Faced Better Than Sex. If you all have not used this, it is the best mascara you can ever get. Literally, the best. And I just do that for the first coat. Got it on my cheek. For the first coat of mascara, that's what I use. And I just coat it very generously on your eyelashes. After curling them, of course. And I think it's impossible to do your mascara without opening your mouth. And then for the second one, I just got this as a, what is wrong with me today? As a sample, but I will be buying it soon. It is Urban Decay Perversion. It is very amazing. And I just put that as a second coat on, I just made up a word, on all of your eyelashes. I do coat the bottom ones too. Some people don't. It's up to you. I feel like it makes my eyelashes look longer and my eyes look bigger. Once again, you cannot do your mascara with your mouth shut, I'm pretty sure. The last but not least, this is also a sample. It is Tarte Maneater. It is an awesome I cannot talk. It is an awesome mascara. And the brush, I should have showed you the other brushes, but it separates your eyelashes and makes them look fuller. And layering mascara like that is better if you don't have much of an eyelashes. It does give you more of a longer, thicker eyelash look. Okay, y'all, that is my look. I usually top it off with some setting spray. This is the Revolution Pro Fix Illuminating Setting Spray. It is my favorite. I purchased it at Ulta in the drugstore aisle in Ulta. As you can tell, I got a little mascara on my eye there. It's okay though. After your setting spray is done, your look is finished, and I think it came out pretty awesome. So that's my look. You guys should show me yours. Thanks for watching.